Leave. Thank you. Hannah Bardell.
Mr. Speaker, at the heart of this debate are opportunities and rights. The opportunities and rights of the next generation of young people across the UK. And the 16 and 17-year-olds who didn't get to vote in this referendum because the government didn't think that they were responsible. Now, it's hard to believe, I'm sure, but it's some 13 years since I graduated from university. And when I was at the University of Stirling, I studied alongside Erasmus students. I studied alongside Erasmus students who came from across the EU, who enriched our life, who enriched our country, who enriched our education system. And I had colleagues and friends who went across the EU and had exactly the same experience. That we are going to deny those opportunities to the next generation of young people is a human tragedy. And that we are treating the EU nationals across the UK with such contempt is also a human tragedy. And when the Scottish Government and the First Minister of Scotland put the hand of friendship out in the first few days after the referendum, unfortunately the Labour Party were calling for Article 50 to be triggered. And when we put the hand of friendship out again in recent months, saying that we would pay the ridiculous fees the EU nationals are being asked to pay, this government has tried to block it. And the Scottish Alliance for Children's Rights and Concerns set up a committee, and they highlighted some of the concerns like EU funding, opportunities to work, to study and travel abroad. And so much of what we hold dear about the EU has been about our rights. And as a gay woman, I know that this Parliament and the Scottish Parliament has done a huge amount for LGBT people. But as Mark Townsend wrote in The Guardian last year, the Westminster Parliament has played its part in making amends, but without the carrot and stick of European institutions would we enjoy the level of protections from discrimination that we now possess. And I think that is a reasonable point to make. When you look at this government's track record on trade union rights, what happens? What happens when we don't have those protections anymore? Where does that leave us? And in 2017, John Walker at the UK Supreme Court had his pension rights instated so that his husband would have the same pension rights. It was an 11-year battle against this government. And we must not forget the big boys that did it and ran away. Those who got us into this mess, who are now nowhere to be seen. And we also must remember, Mr. Speaker, that my constituents and the people of Scotland voted to remain within the EU. And when the circumstances change and politics moves forward, as it inevitably does, people should be allowed another choice.
Baron.
Thank you, Mr.